This video is sponsored and approved by Raycon.
Imagine me, like if I'm like on World Star, like Tekashi 6IX9INE just got knocked the fuck out. Imagine.
After joining the 9 Trey Bloods and dropping his song Gummo, 6IX9INE's ridiculous name was ringing in these streets and on the Billboard charts. Money was flying in, and since money talks, 6IX9INE was able to buy his way to the very top of the 9 Trey Bloods and allow his money to start talking a whole lot of shit. Because 6IX9INE was contributing hundreds of thousands of dollars to the 9 Trey Bloods, they were determined to protect their investment. Problem is that around this time, 6IX9INE worked out that the best way to get clicks, streams, and income was controversy and beef. And I mean, why not beef for Clout? I mean, at this point, he'd already gotten so many tattoos for Clout that his face looked like a men's room wall in a subway station. And with the muscle of the 9 Trey Bloods behind him, 6IX9INE felt completely untouchable. And like a fuckboy with a VPN and a brand new Tinder account, he felt like he could tell everyone to suck his dick without consequence. This led to 6IX9INE having a wild 2018 with back-to-back beefs with some of the biggest names in the hip-hop industry. Now at this point, 6IX9INE is already no stranger to beefing. If you've been watching the Clout Chronicles from the start, you could consider the likes of Scum Gang from episode 1 or Zilla Kami and Righteous P from episode 2 their own beefs respectively. But the thing about those beefs is they were personal. And you could also consider the beef with Trippie Redd that popped off after Trippie exposed 6IX9INE for his use of a child in a sexual performance case, 6IX9INE's first high-profile beef. And this was an important moment for 6IX9INE because it was the first time that he had put to work the 9 Trey Bloods muscle to put the beats on a hip-hop rival. Now, I did do a video that goes over the entire Trippie Redd 6IX9INE beef already, so I'm not going to bother getting into that one here. But you should definitely go and check that video out in its entirety before or after watching this one. But if you can't be asked to do that, here's the expedited version. Long story short, after Zilla Kami exposed 6IX9INE's underage sex scandal, Trippie Redd, who at this point had 2 songs out with 6IX9INE, decided to publicly denounce him as a pedo and distance himself from him. A few months later, after meeting his Treyway goons, 6IX9INE pulled up on Trippie Redd and had his gang of bloods sucker punch him. And this then led into a year-long back and forth between Trippie and 6IX9INE and culminated in Trippie's ex-girlfriend Alex hopping into 6IX9INE's bed for a clout romp. Because, you know, what better way to be taken seriously as a female artist? In fact, I heard after 6IX9INE was done with her, the doctors actually pumped 30 shades of rainbow-coloured jizz from her stomach. But anywho, Trippie Redd's reddened lip was only the tip of the fightberg. Because from this point, that rainbow-headed clown shark had a taste for blood. 6IX9INE went on tour all over America, picking fights with gangsters and then jumping, hiding behind his 9 Trey Blood goons. But now a word from our sponsor.
Yeah, they want to see me fall off, right? They want to see my Raycons fall out my ears, right? Ain't gonna happen, bruh. It's a Raycon ting. I can't hear the haters when my Raycons in, and I can't see the cables when my Raycons in. Take your old headphones, throw them shits in the bin, cause it's young trap law and it's a Raycon ting. I can't hear the haters when my Raycons in, and I can't see the cables when my Raycons in. Take your old headphones, throw them shits in the bin, cause it's young trap law and it's a Raycon ting. I heard it first, shout out to Ray J. Raycons in and I'm screaming out Treyway. All these colours, they got great taste. Buy Raycon.com/TLR, go and see the whole range. The battery life is fire, 6 hours playtime. E25's in and no, you can't take mine. I heard it through my Raycons, not the grapevine. With a range of fits so you can pick a great size. Half the price of the competition, so they're winning. The earbuds well fitting and never slipping. The bass so loud, got the 808s kicking, and the Bluetooth connects real easy for the syncing. I can't hear the haters when my Raycons in, and I can't see the cables when my Raycons in. Take your old headphones, throw them shits in the bin, cause it's young trap law and it's a Raycon ting. I can't hear the haters when my Raycons in, and I can't see the cables when my Raycons in. Take your old headphones, throw them shits in the bin, cause it's young trap law and it's a Raycon ting. You know what it is, it's a Raycon thing. From Cardi B to Snoop Dogg, thugs to snitches. Raycons are the headphones for everybody. Click my link in description, buy Raycon.com/TLR for 15% off your first order, and make sure you check out their latest model, the E25, which is their best one yet. Bluetooth pairing, more bass, a more compact design, a nice noise isolating fit, all of that good stuff. Go and cop some. Show some love to Raycon, baby. They sound just as good as any other top audio brand.
Now, you might remember from episode 4 of the Clout Chronicles, 6IXNINE's world domination tour that took place in mid-2018. This saw him running all over Europe, collecting rainbow bags in all kinds of colourful European monies. However, calling the tour the World Domination Tour was a little bit of a stretch. It was more like the tour of all of the places that I won't immediately be killed by my ops on site tour, but apparently that was quite difficult to fit onto the poster. Now, I say that because earlier on in 2018, 6IXNINE had already attempted to go on tour with mixed results. In that I mean that it resulted in a mixture of blood and shit in his drawers. So following the release of 6IXNINE's Day 6IX compilation mixtapey type thing, he announced his Day 6IX tour with a number of dates in the US. However, many of these dates would be left cancelled or simply ended up being no-shows, as 6IXNINE went city to city starting beef with the local gangsters ahead of his shows. However, before we get into it, I want to point out that this saga was exceptionally documented by fellow hip-hop YouTuber and DJ Academic's most hated op, Dom is Live News, who affectionately dubbed this tour the Test My Gangster World Tour, and even had some pretty banging merch made up to commemorate the occasion. So shout out to Dom is Live one time. He's one of the greats, so is Academics for the record, and it's well worth watching both of their original analysis on many of the incidents that I'll be discussing in this video. Right, so things seemed to really kick off in January 2018, when Dom reported that 6IXNINE had been G-checked on Instagram by an LA blood named Big Homie Rum. First off, nothing more gangster than G-checking someone on Instagram. Secondly, I see you Zilla Kami going straight in there with that petty like. Now, this was an early setting of the tone and really summarized the way a lot of LA and West Coast bloods felt about 6IXNINE and the way that he was repping the blood gang. Many felt that he wasn't repping the gang culture correctly and he was essentially just faking his gangster. But from here, it seemed that no-name gangsters from all over the country decided to throw their red rag into the ring and start a beef with 6IXNINE for a little bit of delicious clout juice. Now, only a few days after getting digitally G-checked by Big Bomey Bum from LA, 6IXNINE flew out to do some shows in Minnesota for Super Bowl weekend. And I gotta say, the reception he got there was cold like Minnesota! Because soon after his scheduled first performance, an explosive video emerged of somebody squaring up to him outside the venue before gunshots ring out and everybody hits the deck. Now, there's been some mixed reports about what actually went down here. Some have said that 6IXNINE was given $20K upon arriving to the venue and then tried to actually get out of performing saying that he was sick, whereas others have said that he arrived to the venue ready to perform, but some miscellaneous goons were there trying to press him, so he used being sick as an excuse to duck out from the danger and not get pressed on camera or on stage. And others have said that this was only ever meant to simply be a walkthrough, not a real performance, so it's possible that there was maybe a misunderstanding about exactly what 6IXNINE's billing was that night. However, regardless of what the exact circumstances were, what we do know to be fact is that it led to the promoters and their respective goons whiling out on 6IXNINE as we saw in the video. But 6IXNINE wasn't really miffed by any of this. He responded to the incident and footage, goading his ops, reminding everybody that he's never gonna get touched.
Yo, Takashi, why they so mad at you? Cause you're never gonna get touched. They will never touch me, man.
And the day after that, he hit Privé nightclub at his second attempt to perform a show in Minnesota. I mean, at least this time he actually made it to the stage. However, there must have been a forecast of hail that night because some of the goons in that crowd decided to hit 6IXNINE with the impromptu ice bucket challenge, making it rain in the club Minnesota style by throwing a bucket of ice, and followed by the bucket itself. I've got to say, I feel like throwing snow in Minnesota is somehow mad disrespectful. It's like throwing a handful of sand in somebody's face in Dubai, because that shit's everywhere. But once again, 6IXNINE reacted in exactly the same way on Instagram, saying that he takes no L's and he still gets checks when the club gets shut down.
Y'all get me paid. It ain't nothing for me to come to your city and collect. I don't even gotta perform. Minnesota, I fuck with you hard, man. I see the fucking vibes, man. I see the chain. Still untouched, man. Minnesota, we fuck with y'all, man. Y'all don't stop the bag, man.
6IXNINE followed this up, saying that he ran those Minnesota goons off their block.
I run them off their block, $250,000 in the stash, but I grind from my spot. Niggas talking about the cash in my bag, worth a lot. I be running these niggas off their own block.
I mean, I'm not sure if that was before or after his homie was ice skating on stage, looking like motherfucking Treyway on ice in this bitch. But still untouched, that was essentially the end of the Minnesota beef. And from here, 6IXNINE ditched that puffer jacket and headed for a warmer climate of Los Angeles.
I'm not entertaining no more beef on the internet. I don't got nothing to prove to y'all. I've been talking my shit for 5 straight months. I still haven't been knocked out. Nobody touched my gangster. All that shit is whack. We doing it for the kids, man. 2018, nothing but positivity.
Now, for a moment following the Minnesota incident, it looked for a second like 6ix9ine might be growing up. He'd publicly sworn off beef like an overconfident basic bitch going vegan for a New Year's resolution. Or much like my Pornhub search history, we were about to get a very mature 6ix9ine. Hell, maybe he'd even set aside some time to get that GED that he'd promised the judge he would in order to stay out of jail. Look, see, he's studying, no more beefing. He even asked his fans for help on the test.
52,500 divided by 3.
But then again, I'm not sure you're going to be allowed into the exam with the answers on your face, Danny. However, like most fake-ass vegans, once he arrived in LA, the sight of a delicious fillet steak sizzling in the skillet was too much for him to resist. And so when LA gangbanger Spanky Loco of the Hispanic gang the Serenos dissed him publicly online, 6ix9ine put down his pencil, picked up that knife and fork, tucked his red bandana into his shirt like a napkin, and got to chowing down on some delicious beef.
Anybody that fuck with fuckers with paperwork, with rape, child sex charges, I find out y'all cool with that, y'all bump that shit, y'all fuck with that shit, pass that shit, let that shit slide around me, we're gonna have problems. Best believe we're gonna have problems. And you know when I say that shit's for real. That shit gets no pass around me.
Sorry, but why does this guy have a Cadillac parked on his cheek? Okay, so there's the situation. 6ix9ine's hood pass has been revoked by the guy who's got GTA cover art for a face. Well, it's no surprise he didn't take that seriously, reiterating that he doesn't check in with anyone, seemingly whilst in that nicely painted room from Scarface.
There's gangsters all over this world. I don't check into nobody, you know what I'm saying? I respect everybody's soil that I walk on, but I do not check in anywhere I go.
Fun fact, I also had a Scarface mural painted on my wall as a child too. Now, 6ix9ine went on to point out something very true, that all these supposed gangbangers are just also looking for clout by running around saying that he needs to check in.
Oh, I want clout, I want to make a name for myself. Everybody who mentioned my name is a fucking rapper. Y'all not fucking gangsters, y'all rappers, and y'all want names for yourselves.
Which is very true, you know, it's easy to get caught up in 6ix9ine's whole Test My Gangster tour and forget that it's really the people that are provoking him that are the true clout chasers here.
Name a situation I started.
I don't know if he started any.
All right, that's all. Name
No,
one.
that's
No,
not
hold
all.
on.
You do
Name
escalate a
name
lot
one
of
situation
things,
I started.
I never said that. I said things.
Nah, I know,
I
but
just say things go from 1 to 100. That's all.
And at no point was this more obvious than when Spanky Loco replied to 6ix9ine's post, once again telling him to check in.
The only place you solid is in the motherfucking PC tank, and that's real spit. And I'm gonna tell you like this, anytime that I fly out, go out the country, go out the state, go across state, I always check in with my loved ones. I always check in with the natives. I always tap in and tune in with the ones that hold it down. So, by all means, homie, check in with the boy. I see you cancel one show, smart move, but I'm waiting for you in LA, pull up.
Now, Spanky confirmed at this point that 6ix9ine's LA shows were indeed getting cancelled. But 6ix9ine clapped back, denying that he was the one cancelling LA shows, before confirming that they were indeed getting cancelled.
To all the fans, I want y'all to know, Sky 6ix9ine and the Scum Gang did not cancel no shows in LA, you know what I'm saying? Even though the shows got canceled, we still gonna be in LA.
Before Shorty jumped on camera, further inviting the LA goons to test Treyway's gangster and declaring a no-fly zone in New York.
Look what's happening, man. If y'all was really gangster, y'all wouldn't have canceled the shows. Y'all wouldn't have said nothing. Y'all would have waited till we popped up and did what y'all did. But we know y'all ain't really with the shits. Look at the homies, man. Look to the left of me. Look to the right of me. Look to the right of us, man. We outside.
Whoa!
And we coming to LA. We get in the morning.
Ain't niggas, if y'all wanna act like bitches, we'll cut no fly zone in the East Coast.
So it turns out that threats of gang violence don't really do wonders for the nerves of concert promoters. And this led to 6ix9ine appearances in San Diego being duly cancelled too, leading to the only rapper in the game who's named after how many years old his weathered face makes him look, Bosco100, to mock 6ix9ine's cancellations on Instagram. But 6ix9ine clapped back at Bosco, saying he didn't cancel and confirming he's going to LA next week. Now, in spite of his LA and San Diego shows being cancelled, 6ix9ine still performed the first scheduled show of his in Phoenix, Arizona.
Boy, stop watching where I'm at, you dick-sucking, clout-eating, clout-chasing LA fucking rappers. Nigga, I'm coming, nigga.
Where we at? Arizona, right?
And after that, despite all of his shows being cancelled, he still rocked up to LA as planned and walked through the mall taking pics with fans. But I gotta say, 6ix9ine looked pretty shook. I mean, here he looked so scared that he even tried paying protection money to the pavement. But apparently it didn't take Spanky Loco long to turn up at the mall looking for him, posting an Insta snap of him there at the mall looking for 6ix9ine, panting like he just jogged all the way there from Boyle Heights. 6ix9ine replied in his usual mature style.
They looking at their phone right now like, you can't be a local and be like, yo, I can't come here. And then I come here and y'all just took an L. Like, y'all took an L. Like, what the fuck?
As well as beginning his long-running trend of speaking reckless on Instagram Live and incriminating himself.
Everyone remembered when I told Trippy, you can't come to New York. Remember when I said that? Remember when he came to New York, what happened? Now, I didn't know what the I didn't have nothing to do with it, but...
And so, as Spanky Loco was running between H&M and Uniqlo looking for 6ix9ine at the mall, the Treyway gang were continuing to flex the fact that they were in LA, as we saw in posts from 6ix9ine's label mate and part-time Hoover Street Crip, Alshon Martin.
We still out here, and
it's a fact, man.
And
Hollywood Boulevard.
No. Right. So what checking in is going on? We don't check in. What the f*** you niggas talking about? We don't even check in at a hotel. Treyway.
Well, I guess it looked like someone was checking in, because a local Crip named Juba Loke decided to try and check in at 6ix9ine's hotel, most likely ruining the hotel porter's day.
Where's you at? We at your hotel. Hey, we at your hotel. We just kicked your Rolls Royce. We just kicked your Rolls Royce.
That's right, cuz what's more gangster than kicking an empty Rolls Royce? From there, 6ix9ine continued to troll, telling Juba Loke on his live that he was outside the studio waiting for him.
Where you at?
But now the clout chasing is in full effect and goons all over the country are sliding over to 6ix9ine's social media trying to get a piece of the action. He was scheduled for another show in San Antonio on the 22nd of February, which again, some local goons duly barred him from.
Hi, San Antonio. So y'all already know that there's been a lot of talk about this food that's coming down to our city this week. So we're here on behalf of the Order Hornets to let this nigga know you are not allowed in our city.
You're not welcome here. We don't fuck with no motherfucking child molesters in this city, bitch.
Fuck you. Penitentiary rules are in effect. He will not come here. I am deadly serious about this.
Oh, well, I guess it does seem that they truly believe in barring 6ix9ine from their city on principle. I'm sure it's got nothing to do with their rap careers that they're eager to mention.
This has nothing to do with our rap careers, Versace Boys, none of that.
Yep, has absolutely nothing to do with our rap career, the Versace Boys. You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And it's got nothing to do with our trash music video that only dropped the week after all of this beef and has only 17,000 views to date. And it's got nothing to do with me needing some extra money and clout tokens so that I can buy a slightly larger bulletproof vest. Because this one's so tight that if I squeezed into it any harder, I would turn into goddamn sausages. Oh, and it's also got nothing to do with our Latino Adam22 impersonator, currently available for immediate party or porno bookings. Oh shit, I guess I probably can't play a show in San Antonio now, can I? Now 6ix9ine, obviously feeling very intimidated by these fools, duly headed out to San Antonio and got straight to trolling.
Hey, Holmes. You're not good in my city, Holmes. Hey, blood. Don't be coming out here, blood. Understand, blood?
And so 6ix9ine managed to troll all of the local gangs on the West Coast without getting touched once. But for the record, many people did call him out for supposedly posting his location on Instagram several hours after he had left the places he said he was. Dom is Live reported on this very early in the game and Juba Loke called him out for it too.
He says, I ain't gonna be hard to miss. We in fucking LA, All-Star Weekend.
I ain't gonna be hard to miss, man. We fucking LA All-Star Weekend, man. Y'all know what the fuck going on.
But he was too stupid and he parked right in front of a building. And I want to show you guys this. This building is in Houston, Texas.
Now, I've got to give respect to Dom for catching 6ix9ine out there, but I kind of have an issue with anybody that sort of saw this as that big gotcha moment for 6ix9ine. Because if anything, this is just another genius move. Because something that kept getting lost over and over again in this whole saga was the fact that people just keep on forgetting that 6ix9ine is a complete troll through and through. It's not actually his goal to get murdered by gangsters. And all sides in these beefs are looking for clout. He's making cash, getting clicks, and basically just playing a game of Treyway Where's Waldo. If you can find 6ix9ine in this picture, DM me on Instagram at TraplawRoss. Show me where he is and I'll pick one of you guys to get some free merch, gang gang. But we all know the universe has a real fucked up sense of humor, which is why on his way out of LA, 6ix9ine finally got caught lacking at LAX airport. But it wasn't the Bloods, or the Crips, or the Serenos, or the Latin Kings, or even Grove Street, or the Ballers, or the Leone family, or even the goddamn Liberty City Triads. It was some civilians. As 6ix9ine and his Treyway blood tourage headed to the airport after a successful all-star weekend, the mood was celebratory, because unlike the preteen girls that he likes to party with, 6ix9ine had remained untouched. But two of his Treyway entourage, specifically Seiko Billy, who you might remember from founding the Treyway label, as well as having the song Billy Dat, and Billy Ardo, the Treyway goon who 6ix9ine had been traveling with and who'd been pondering his own potential demise in Los Angeles, seemingly in an airplane flying out of Yo Mama International Airport.
Yo, on my mama, we coming to Cali. You see what this is? This is an airplane. On my mama, we coming to Cali. You know what I'm saying? We will be out there, you know what I mean?
Now, story goes, outside LAX, Seiko Billy and Billy Ardo saw a couple of chicks that were struggling with their suitcases and decided to spit a little game. They offered the girls some help with their bags, but their fellas eventually strolled over and told the 9 Trey boys to scram. However, after heading to the car on the way to leave, and realizing that they were beefing with 6ix9ine and his Treyway boys, one of these dudes took off his jacket and squared up looking for all the smoke. And well, high on the bravado of being completely untouched on the Test My Gangster tour, another member of the 6ix9ine Treyway entourage and Shotty's right-hand man at the time, future Tekashi kidnapper Anthony Harv Ellison, came in hot and started swinging on one of the guys. Now, a mass brawl immediately broke out between the Treyway crew and these two men. And to his credit, 6ix9ine even jumped in, swinging rainbow fists, before getting swiftly floored like a dropped bag of Skittles. I mean, I gotta say, the footage from this fight was absolutely wild. The brawl spilled out onto the roadway outside LAX airport, but the craziest thing is that this really was a random occurrence, rather than a clout-motivated beef. Even though the guys were rappers named AC High and Priceless from a little-known rap crew called Aquileo. And following the fight, they did tell the story from their perspective.
You come up here, you disrespecting the chicks, you disrespecting the females, now you disrespecting me. I don't know who y'all must think I am. Well, let's see then. And that's when I went and put my jacket back up, and then I just was like, well, let's go then, since y'all, you know, since this is what it is now. Because we love it.
In a clip where Priceless appeared with a butterfly stitch on his head, something that was referenced by 6ix9ine when Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club interview claimed to know these guys.
The Coelho was my guy.
Who the dude that got his face torn up? The one with the stitches?
I don't know.
You saw the butterfly stitches he had, that it was like torn, like it was like 3 inches. I think I got the picture.
Remember when you reported the story? Remember when you reported the story and you was like a Coelho, and I was like, oh, I know them dudes.
Is he your man or not?
It's a bunch of them. I don't know who exactly was there.
Yo, once I mentioned butterfly stitches, I don't know which one, but
6ix9ine responded immediately after this incident, saying that he ain't giving up trolling.
I'm gonna keep trolling these niggas, man.
You keep trolling? Man. You know that. Hey, what's your message to those guys that are looking for you?
I mean, they still haven't found me.
But many rejoiced at the fact that 6ix9ine had finally been touched, even if it was just for a brief moment by a couple of nobodies. Now, all of 6ix9ine's shenanigans had been getting under the skin of a fellow LA blood, YG. Now, YG is supposedly a certified member of the Treetop Pyru Bloods, who I assume really light up their ops around Christmas time. Now, YG didn't take the bait and start beefing with 6ix9ine initially, instead leaving the dirty work to his label underling, homie who he left behind in the hood, and fellow Treetop Pyru, Slim 400, aka Mr. I tell a bitch N-word hola. Slim 400 decided that when 6ix9ine was talking about no-fly zones and coming to LA to press him on the gram, making a bizarre post on Valentine's Day of all days, wearing a weird Jerry curl wig, telling 6ix9ine he's pulling up when he arrives.
Yo, little show, I'm pulling up. You don't gotta check in, but I'm gonna check in with you, nigga. I'm gonna be at that door, nigga. You see the Jerry curl, nigga? I'm dripping juice, nigga.
Dripping? Really, Slim? You ain't got no bitches you can hit for Valentine's? You got a link with a rainbow-haired kid for Valentine's? Okay, to each his own. I'm sure YG wouldn't approve. Anyway, a few days later, YG dropped a preview for his new song, So Whoop, which was a blanket sneak diss to anybody he considered to be a fake blood. Not calling out 6ix9ine by name, but including many lyrics that seemed to reference him. And bizarrely, after we'd already seen Juba Loke and his boys crip walking through the hotel lobby like they were trying to ghost ride the buffet cart at 6ix9ine's hotel, Slim 400 posted some clips to IG that seemed to suggest that him and his boys had broken into 6ix9ine's hotel room and stolen some miniature bottles of liquor.
Whoever name on that motherfucker, niggas took bottles at that motherfucker, blood. Hey, where the other bottles at? Hold up, nigga, hold up. Nigga.
Right?
Damn, blood, that's like a $22 lick right there. Homie won't have to buy Patron for at least 2 days. So after what frankly looked like a glorified panty raid on 6ix9ine's hotel, things went quiet for a bit until 6ix9ine and his goons said fuck LA and you can't come to New York.
Yo, bro, niggas can't come out here, bro.
They know they can't come out here.
Can't come out here. Oh, I just got that. Hold up. Now. We in LA. We in LA. We in LA right now.
about?
Well, Slim replied, saying,
First of all in the background, F LA, that's some cold ass shit on West Side Treetop.
And then later in March, in response to 6ix9ine saying that there was a no-fly zone in New York, Slim pulled up.
We'll cut no-fly zone in the East Coast, nigga.
You're really in New York, you know what I'm saying? Really out here with the activities and the shenanigans, you know what I'm saying?
Going on to post a whole bunch of pictures of him and his crew outside Radio City Music Hall in New York, and pictures of himself after marching over to the home of the World Series of Dice and elevator punching bags, the Marcy Projects.
Well, at least he looked more comfortable on that block than Drake did.
And even dropping in to This Is 50 to do an interview where he was speaking reckless on 6ix9ine and calling him out for being a fake-ass blood.
Who the fuck are you, Takesha? Please tell me. Man got whatever he got coming, whenever he got it coming. That's on him. He violated. He used to be a Crip, now he a Blood. It's a fad or something to him.
Right. Meanwhile, as Slim 100 is running around the Marcy Projects looking for hidden Clout packages, YG drops a music video for that 6ix9ine sneak diss, so whoop! Apparently, having borrowed that same Jerry curl wig from Slim 400. You can't be out here sharing wigs, blood. There ain't nothing gangster about hairline acne. In response to seeing that video, 6ix9ine had some pretty prime words for YG when he was all up on the Breakfast Club that same day as Slim 400 was running around the Marcy Projects.
Who's the nigga that came at me?
Who?
The dude that was hot mad long ago that came out, YG. Then he came out with the Tutor and Buddha song like 2002.
That was 2 albums ago.
YG got some good. We like YG. He's got some good albums.
Come on,
but you have to admit.
Gotta admit, now that's how you roast someone. Same day, YG clapped back on Twitter and Instagram.
Nigga on Bont and Pyro, nigga. 6ix9ine, nigga. On Bloods. What's happening, blood? 6ix9ine, nigga.
To which 6ix9ine replied, that big old blood was big old mad. And 6ix9ine continued trolling YG and Slim 400 in hilarious fashion by constantly asking the people around him when asked about the beef to simply name one YG or Slim 400 song.
YG, when was the last time YG had a record?
He put out the shoe.
That's a record? Let me check if it's on Billboard. Hold on. Let me check.
It's not there.
It's not there, right? It's not there. When was the last time YG put out a record? A record. A record means a record that sells.
He had to join with Drake.
All right, let me ask that question again. When was the last time YG had a record?
From there, Slim went on Power 106 for an interview and brought out a rainbow-headed piñata that he'd named Takesha after Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Takesha?
Yeah.
Oh, we gonna bring her out. Hey,
Where's
the ass. We're gonna bring the ass out.
Oh no.
Hold up. We got it right here. We got it right here. Hold up.
Hey, when you went to New York, did he pull up?
Man, hell no. But you feel me? I got that bitch now, though. You see what I'm saying? Hold up.
Now after that, for a few months, things went quiet between Slim and 6ix9ine. But in May, 6ix9ine pulled up again, posing in LA outside of a bank.
LA, you know what I'm saying? Just got back to LA. We on first, y'all. Grab your popcorn, grab your sodas. Yeah, man, LA was popping.
Followed by Alshon Martin @Slim on Instagram, ironically telling him to stop with the internet games and to pull up on Hoover Street to catch a fade. And Slim 400, to his credit, quickly dashed to the location where he thought 6ix9ine was, but alas, the Rainbow Phantom had ghosted.
Hey, I'm gonna bounce out, get some dough and shit. I'm gonna get some money and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some money and shit, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get some money, you know what I'm saying? Hold up, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? This nigga's a fucking clown.
Now let's not forget that Alshon Martin is a Hoover Street Crip and Slim 400 is a Treetop Pyro Blood. So Slim called out Martin saying that he obviously wasn't gonna pull up to Hoover Street, which will be ops central for a Pyro.
Pull up to Hoover Street. The fuck I look like pull up to the fucking Hoover Street, nigga? Hey, if anything, nigga, pull up to the set, nigga, like that there, nigga.
Which kind of makes sense. I mean, that's like telling your ops in ISIS to pull up on the US Army base to come and catch a fade. I mean, arguably that would have led to a much more prompt resolution to the conflict in Syria, but we all know that the UN are some mark-ass bitches out here giving sanctions for clout. Anyway, Alshon Martin clapped back to Slim 400's claims, questioning why Slim isn't scared to schlep it all the way over to the Marcy Projects, but he's scared to travel locally to Hoover Street to come and catch a fade.
What I look like pulling up to Hoover Street? But you'll fly all the way out to New York to go look for a nigga.
Anywho, a few weeks went by and apparently 6ix9ine had had a change of heart and was even seeking Snoop Dogg's help to try and squash his West Coast beefs. He'd allegedly gone to the One Oak nightclub in the hopes of meeting Snoop Dogg, who was playing a DJ set there, which is probably the only justifiable reason I can imagine why anybody would go and see one of Snoop Dogg's trash DJ sets. But it doesn't sound like 6ix9ine was truly earnest in his peacekeeping efforts, because when he popped up in an interview for Lyrical Lemonade, he spilled all of the tea on YG. And when asked where he saw himself in 10 years, he said washed up, like your boy YG.
Probably washed up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Definitely washed up in Compton.
chilling on the block with YG in the game.
Then a couple of months later, YG went on This Is 50, shading 6ix9ine for being a fake-ass blood.
If you a real member, you gonna wanna go by the real code. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it's like, when all that shit ain't going on, it's like, all right, somebody gotta say something. So I said what I felt and what everybody else in LA felt, you know what I'm talking about?
Prompting a very direct response from 6ix9ine, telling YG to suck his blicky before singing along to Toot It and Boot It, which he said is YG's only song.
YG, suck my fucking dick, stupid. Your last single before your album came out had 4 major artists on it. You had 2 Chainz, you had Big Sean, and you had Nicki Minaj. And you supposed to blow me out of the water. How my record doing better than your shit? You a whole bum out here. Stop going on radio stations trying to promote your album mentioning my name. That shit is a fucking dub. I'ma toot it and boot it. This is your last hit. This shit was like in 2004, I think.
And then when YG rocked up to the Breakfast Club, whilst rocking the sunglasses from the Thug Life meme, a devious Charlemagne decided to pull up the clip and show it to YG on the spot.
Nicki Minaj and Big Sean on a record and Fifi, and then he put, you know what, never mind. The fuck that got to do with YG? Word up, right there.
Oh man, here we go.
Yeah, but he's somewhere hiding though.
Looks like the only thing he was having for breakfast that day was the smoke. And when he got out of the interview, he reposted 6ix9ine's video calling him out with the simple caption, "Can't wait till we meet." Fortunately for YG, a few months later, Slim 400 ran into him first, spotting him outside Complex Con on the way in and blocking the whole Treyway security team from getting into the venue. And honestly, look, I know that 6ix9ine is a troll, and everyone thinks that he's not really about it, but in this situation, from the footage, he kind of looked like he was ready for all the smoke. And sure, I know that his huge, hired security guards held him back and kept him out of trouble, but I truly believe that he wanted those hands, in exactly the same way that he was super eager to throw fists with those guys outside the airport in LAX. But hey, look, everyone knows that I'm just a 6ix9ine bitch boy, right? So the W here obviously goes to Slim 400. And you know, obviously, being a hardened, treetop, Pyru blood gangster, Slim 400 kept his mouth shut and didn't go to run in his mouth on social media. Right, no. Yeah, no, of course, he was chatting shit on social media immediately afterwards.
Stop saying that part. Stop saying that part. We out here, nigga. Stop that nigga at the door. 6ix9ine couldn't get in. Ain't hit no stage. Ain't walked around this shit. Real talk. Hold up. G-Bossy. Ain't no colorful hair niggas pulling up. Ain't with that today. Hold up. Stop. Never heard of him.
Yes, that's what a real blood does. 6ix9ine, you a bitch. No Complex Con tote bag for you. 6ix9ine was obviously a little bit rattled by this and decided to just go off on one, basically just calling everyone out for being broke.
You know why they don't like me? They're like, yo, this kid got rainbow hair, right? This kid got rainbow hair, got 6ix9ine tattoos on his face looking stupid, right? Why is my music career not jumping? Why is he platinum records every week? Why are we not winning? Why is no one seeing our struggle? Because you're a dirty blood.
Continuing to call Slim 400 and YG dirty bloods and asking anybody to name a Slim 400 song, and suggesting that the reason he didn't throw hands was because of his probation.
What happened last night?
There's some dirty ass blood members that don't have no money to feed their daughters. Yeah. Yo, he's dirty. Like, you know he has no money, right? Get some money. You broke. Like, yo, bro. If YG really had love for you, you wouldn't be in her right now.
You decided to leave last night rather than let things escalate? Like, what was your thought process when you showed up?
Probation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody trying to go back to jail.
And then 6ix9ine did one of the most gangster things you could possibly do, posting a picture on the gram saying who's really street. Like for 6ix9ine or comment for YG. And you know what this straight gangster did? He turned off the comments. Damn, that's some gangster shit, blood. So what? He then popped up again in a street interview asking anybody to name a YG or Slim 400 song whilst wearing a designer tinfoil jacket, which I assume that he copped from the InfoWars store to stop the government scanning his organs.
That's YG right there.
What is it? What is it? Name one Slim 400 record. Name one.
I can't.
No, you can't? You?
Yeah, never heard of the guy.
Never heard of him? Name one Slim 400 record right now. Name one.
I can't.
You can't name one Slim 400 record?
At this point, YG told 6ix9ine to stop playing with him and direct his anger towards Slim 400.
Hey, bitch 9, why is you posting me on your Instagram? You supposed to be posting Slim 400. He the one that stopped your bitch ass from performing yesterday, punk nigga. You mad, nigga? Punk ass nigga. You ain't no street nigga. You ain't never been, nigga.
But that was ultimately the end of 6ix9ine's involvement in this beef. But a month later, Adam22 braved it and headed on over to Inglewood to speak to Slim 400 about his side of the story. I personally would have been a little bit frightened to go to Inglewood, but Adam22 is not fazed. Perhaps because on the drive over there it looked like he'd already been shot in the chest in a drive-by. God damn, Adam just shrugged it off and went on with the interview, didn't you? You're like the no-jumper Terminator out here. Nothing will stop me from uncovering the Clout. Anyway, while he was there, Slim recounted the incident, following some slightly too intense eye contact with Adam.
And I ain't gonna play with you, I'm looking you dead in your eye.
Right.
You gonna live, survive, or go to jail? Which one you wanna take? I'm doing everything right, how these niggas telling me what the fuck to do.
Right.
But at the end of the day, nigga, I'm real about it. In my mind, you know what, when we see these niggas, we gonna blast from these niggas, period, point blank. When I say blast, I sock a nigga too. Blood pop out of nowhere. Oh, what? Oh, I'm in your city. I'm in your city. Come around here, though. Come right here, though. These doors you need to get in. Come right here. You ain't nobody. For sure. I'm somebody today.
YG went on to drop a music video for the track Bulletproof, which featured prison inmates taunting a 6ix9ine impersonator whilst the words pedophile flashed across screen, which was pretty wild considering the fact that it dropped only a few months before 6ix9ine had even gone to jail.
Oops, I also forgot to mention that YG also laughed when some goons shot up 6ix9ine's music video set in LA, a shooting that some people had theorised may have either had something to do with this beef or the internal Treyway beef that we're going to find out about in the final video.
And of course the irony is that the next banging record to come out of YG's camp was the delightful banger Stop Snitchin' in April 2019, most notable for its excellent beat and unsingable hook. Now, running parallel to the YG beef was an ongoing feud with one of the original Blood Trolls, and the second rapper after 50 Cent to lose all of his money after getting sued by Authority, The Game. Now, I've got a lot of respect for The Game. After all, he is the one that taught me how to do gang signs.
You can take the B and the P and you can like make Batman, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's the Pyro Pilots, blood! Now, 6ix9ine ruffled a lot of red feathers around the 14th of March, when he previewed a banging remix of Rich the Kid's song Plug Walk entitled Blood Walk. Now, not only did this song feature some egregious gangbanging talk that seemed to make a complete mockery of the blood way of life depending on how you felt about 6ix9ine's gang status, but it also featured an interlude where a screaming shotty described Treyway as the Black Wall Street, which is also the name of Game's record label that he's been repping since 2002. Now, a lot of people think that the Game's beef with 6ix9ine started when he came out to a show in Slovenia and led the crowd in a chant of fuck 6ix9ine.
Fuck 6ix9ine! Fuck 6ix9ine! Fuck 6ix9ine! Fake ass blood!
However, shout out to Diverse Mentality, aka Quake GW, who spotted in one of his earlier videos on the beef between 6ix9ine and The Game that Game had dissed 6ix9ine in an interview in Germany only a few days before this.
LA is tricky. You can't really disrespect Los Angeles or the West Coast or, you know, California or anything, you know, like that without somebody, you know, taking offense to it or doing something about it. So, I mean, I never really considered it wise to do so.
But regardless of what it started over, never one to turn down an opportunity to clout grab. 6ix9ine immediately took to Instagram in an umbrella post that was actually meant for several different people, saying that he had turned true gangsters into clout chasers on the internet and inviting them to come and have a taste of his rainbow-flavored manhood. Following that up with something a little bit more pointed, a vintage clip of The Game on the TV show Change of Heart, saying that when you was 21, you was crying over chicks, and me, I've been gangbanging since I was young.
We had a date. I mean, I had the most fun that I've ever had in my life. She's beautiful, everything that you can want in a woman, but my heart is with Adidas, so that's...
So you say, stay together. Ironic, seeing as The Game still has females to cry over to this day. Now, The Game is a master of beef. Perhaps you might remember this OG piece of trap lore when The Game was skulking in the woods around 50 Cent's house that he dubbed the Blair Snitch Project.
It's a secret passageway to Yayo's room, man. That's where Yayo hide, man. Yayo!
That's what you're up against, Takashi, and oh boy did The Game clap back with some fire jokes. First off, mocking 6ix9ine with a childhood picture of him wearing a Carlton sweater. Now, The Game's got a pretty bad habit of writing long-ass essay posts on IG, so I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. But I've got to give him 10 out of 10 for his line, "You used to suck wee-wee while getting your pussy licked at private school." And The Game kept the savagery going by reposting that old image of 6ix9ine with a Crip bedspread. And I've got to give him 11 out of 10 for this one, purely off the strength of the hashtag, the diaper sniper. I don't think that was the same kind of sniper gang that Kodak was talking about, was it? But the beef was far from over at this point, because The Game's manager and J-Rock punching bag Wack 100 decided to weigh in, posting some videos of miscellaneous goons saying that they were going to beat up 6ix9ine.
That nigga 6ix9ine, he's a pussy.
This is what it is, though. It ain't even about when he gangbanging.
I don't know nobody doing that rainbow shit where we from, you feel me? We from the dub.
Sorry, but are these the same goons that Chris Brown keeps in his wardrobe? At this point, Shotty decided to weigh in, telling everybody to suck a big Louis Vuitton holdall full of dicks.
Good morning, The Game. You can suck a dick. The Game. I remember the first time I saw The Game, he was on Love Connection. I'm older than 6ix9ine. I saw you crying on Love Connection. Suck a dick. You ain't no gangster. Fuck out of here. Wack 100, you old pimple. Look at your face, you fat ass niggas. Y'all niggas come to New York. All y'all niggas is running around the whole West Coast. Ain't none of y'all niggas come to New York.
At some point, getting so riled up on his stream that he forgot to say any word other than Treyway.
Treyway, nigga.
Treyway. Sorry, that happens sometimes. Now, this reply prompted Wack 100 to drop gallons of disrespect on Shotty and 6ix9ine's mamas, their grandmamas, their great-grandmamas, their great-great-grandmamas. Hell, Shotty is going to need a subscription to Ancestry.com just to work out how many of his family members Wack 100 told to suck dicks.
I'm going to tell your mama and your dead-ass cum-guzzling grandmama. Yeah, tell them to suck on a motherfucking dick. Now, look, nigga, I bet he won't come back to L.A., and I'm in New York. So nigga, just know that.
As well as posting on IG that previous Wack 100 punching bag and human cocaine testing kit Stitches was going to deal with it while suggesting 6ix9ine stole his style. And this was later corroborated by a bizarre rant where Stitches went off at 6ix9ine for several minutes about stealing his style and for some reason spat on his own Rolls Royce.
6ix9ine? Man, fuck 6ix9ine, nigga. I'm his daddy. You know who the fuck I am. You know who he stole his fucking screaming shit from. You know when I got my son tatted here, he got that gay face. Fuck 6ix9ine, nigga. This car, none of this shit means shit. Spit on this car. I pressed the button. I pressed the button.
Yeah, that'll show him. You gotta clean that up now. In response, 6ix9ine dared The Game to come to New York while seemingly not trying to wake his mother sleeping in the next room.
Anybody who dissed me never ever came to New York City, ever. I leave home, I leave New York City, I leave New York all the time. When y'all say, yo, Takashi, you can't come to LA, I'm here, nigga, I came to LA. When y'all say you can't come to Texas, nigga, I come. I'm always on the West Coast, nigga, I come to Texas.
The Game continued to clap back at 6ix9ine, posting another picture of him throwing up a Crip C. But then again, it was an early picture, maybe the C just stood for child abuse. Along with yet another lengthy caption. Seriously, Game, give it a rest. 6ix9ine hasn't even got his GED yet, he ain't gonna be getting through all of that reading material. In that post, The Game described 6ix9ine's career timeline as being a rapist in 2016, a Crip in 2017, and running the New York Bloods in 2018. Which is kind of funny, Game, but you gotta get your facts right. He was diddling kids in 2015, running with the Crips in 2016, and running the Bloods by the end of 2017. All very funny stuff. I'm not sure if these were the career-ending pictures that Wack 100 said that he had on 6ix9ine, but I think it's safe to say that everybody had a laugh. But as usual, Danny Boy is straight up rainbow Teflon, because nothing ever sticks to him, because once he got onto the Breakfast Club, he brushed The Game aside as simply washed up.
Yo, his career like is like he trying to spark it, like, you know, like a old marriage. He trying to spark it up, like it's over, blood, like hang it up.
Then in response to a picture of 6ix9ine waving a large red rag on the Gotti shoot, Game commented saying that he looked like a single mother on a girls trip, which is pretty funny and a lot more generous than my description of 6ix9ine in this picture as looking like the last item in the clearance aisle of a Puerto Rican whorehouse. To which 6ix9ine replied, dropping disrespect on The Game, suggesting that he should be spending time with his kids.
Same thing with The Game.
I don't know who that guy is, to be honest. Shotty had to tell me, like, that's a dude from my day. Like, you got kids older than me, blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the nigga has a family to take care of. Like, what is he doing? Like.
But from there, things quietened down with 6ix9ine, and The Game didn't beef with him again until he was in cuffs. By which time, it was kick him while he's down season for all of Tekashi's ops. Now, one of the more explosive beefs of 6ix9ine's career was his back and forth with the last person you would want to find out is your cellmate, Casanova. A hardened blood who had spent 8 whole years tearing it up on Rikers Island, even at one point sharing a cell with ASAP Rocky, who described him as some kind of modern day Adebisi.
Bro, niggas was shook at that nigga. I swear to God, bro. Wow. That ass, like, I'm not even trying to be, niggas was wild shook at this nigga. I don't even gotta suck dick and gas shit, like, that ass. Niggas was like, he valid, bro.
So, Cass was 30 in these streets and behind the wall. And when he spotted 6ix9ine doing all of this rainbow-haired, red rag shit, like every other blood, he had some issues. So in December 2018, he dropped the song Set Trippin', yet another anthem calling out fake gangsters. In response to this, 6ix9ine later hit Club Freak in New York, dropping the line, Then in New Year, unverified footage dropped that apparently showed Nuke and Billy Ardo from the 9 Trey crew unsuccessfully attempting to press Casanova.
An incident that was actually discussed by the godfather of the 9 Trey Bloods, Mel Murder, in a wiretapped call that emerged later during the trial.
The day after that, Cass actually dropped the music video for Set Trippin'.
I kind of felt like everybody was want to be in gangs. Even with gangs, it's like, who turned you blood? Like,
Who?
Now it's worth remembering that Set Trippin' didn't have any specific lines calling out 6ix9ine, but some smart soul decided that adding the caption 6ix9ine diss, to the title might just get it some extra traction on WorldStar. And it absolutely did. And funnily enough, this was actually something that 6ix9ine later said that he even admired.
With the record that he put out?
Set Trippin'.
You know what he did for a marketing scheme? He put my name in the title of the song. I don't know if this shit still happens. Yo, if you type in 6ix9ine on YouTube, his video pops up. That was the smartest thing he could have ever did for his career.
But in spite of his quiet admiration of somebody else's smart clout chasery, moving forward, Casanova continued to drop sly sneak disses about 6ix9ine without strictly going at his neck, saying that the song isn't about him, but if the shoe fits, he gon' wear it.
I guess they feel he's not who he say he is.
Okay.
I never told him personally it was for him. I think he took that upon himself to go onto my page and say, who is this for? So everybody ran with it, but you know, like I said the other day, thank you, thank him.
Problem was, at this point, when Cass started going at 6ix9ine, he says that a lot of people in the industry started turning their back on him, which is pretty wild and probably hurt his feelings 2 times, considering how tough and how many years in the industries Cass has spent compared to this little rainbow-haired upstart 6ix9ine. Cass said that around this time in New York, he stopped getting invited to things in favor of 6ix9ine attending.
If they had to pick who to sneakily invite, because they had to sneakily invite both of us at that time, they was picking him.
And apparently he went around 4 to 6 months without a single show booking.
6 months without a booking?
It was like 4 to 6 months.
That's crazy.
They would not allow me to get booked. They was like, no.
Apparently people were trying to pattern this up behind the scenes and squash the beef between these two in the hopes of avoiding any more escalation into violence. Now that was unsuccessful, but it did take a little bit more time for things to truly escalate between these two. So for a couple of months, Cass ran around doing interviews saying that 6ix9ine was fake, and 6ix9ine ran around playing Clout Catch Me If You Can with the gangbangers in LA. At one point during this time, Cass even linked up with Slim 400 for a radio interview, looking like the Avengers of getting played by a teenage idiot.
In New York, period, there's no big homies, because even big homies getting shot. You know what I'm saying? West Coast, they follow more of a protocol. You know what I'm saying? It's more structure, it's more respect.
And for a moment, it looked like Cass might be de-escalating things when he said that 6ix9ine was just trolling and he really didn't want to go back to jail over this kind of beef.
He's doing what every other young nigga is doing. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it like that, you look at it like, damn, what the fuck? Nigga might as well, everybody gotta get shot then.
Now, things went quiet for a few weeks until April when shit got crazy. It all begun when the boxer, definitely not armed robber, and definitely not underage thought pursuer, Adrian Broner, posted a pic with Charlemagne, to which 6ix9ine responded with a clown emoji. How well did that go down? Well, it was a great success because Adrian Broner immediately took the bait and started beefing with 6ix9ine.
Hey 6ix9ine, don't be commenting no fuck shit under my pictures, boy. Talking about clown, nigga. The only thing got a red nose where I'm from is a pit bull, bitch ass nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. And I get to New York, New York this week, nigga. Motherfucker pull up on you, nigga. I ain't one of these rap niggas you be trolling with, nigga. Quit playing with me, nigga. Fuck wrong with you?
Jesus, they all fall for the bait, don't they? If 6ix9ine had been free in 2019, I bet you he would have been beefing with Donald Trump directly. Anyway, 6ix9ine clapped back at Broner, saying that he has $300,000, that Broner's gonna lose his fight, and also telling him that he needs to check in if he comes to New York.
Yo, so Gotti just hit 5 million in one day, 6 for 6 on fucking Billboard, and for these pussy ass niggas, what's his name?
Adrian fucking Broner.
Yo, bro, I got 100K Saturday, you lose the fight. 100 fucking K, man.
Fuck it, man. Fuck you talking. Matter of fact, bet that 200. Make it 200,
Make it
blood.
200K?
Make it 200, blood.
You fucking clown, nigga. And you better check in when you come to Brooklyn, nigga. Matter of fact, match my 3, nigga. Match my fucking 3, nigga. King of New York shit, blood.
In response, Broner filled out a $300,000 check for 6ix9ine, saying, "See you soon, I'm pulling up to New York." Then, all of a sudden, rumors began to emerge that 6ix9ine was planning to do the ring walk with Adrian Broner's opponent, Jesse Vargas, sparking further rumors that Casanova would be walking out with Broner. And this was clearly getting in Broner's head, as it seemed like he couldn't stop thinking about 6ix9ine even when he was smashing his wife.
Ain't nobody worrying about no 6ix9ine. Ain't nobody worrying about no 69. Shit. Only time I'm thinking about a 69 is with my wife.
But when that day came, 6ix9ine and Cass were nowhere to be seen. And in the end, Adrian Broner ended up walking out to 6ix9ine's song Gummo as a sign of disrespect and a moment that seemed to even catch 6ix9ine himself off guard.
You hear this?
Since Ohio, Adrian, the pro. Broner.
Come on, AB.
And even after the fight ended in an embarrassing majority draw, Broner even dissed Vargas in the ring, saying that his bloodied face looked like 6ix9ine.
Boy, your face on 6ix9ine right now. You a blood?
All right.
Good to know he's got his priorities straight. But we all know that the real story was going on outside of the ring, because in the span of only a few days around the fight, 6ix9ine and his Treyway goons were linked to 3 shootings. Yes, 1, 2, 3 goddamn shootings. Now first off, some footage emerged that appeared to show Casanova on a music video shoot being interrupted by gunshots. Now in this incident, 10 shots were supposedly fired and 2 bystanders were hit. Now 6ix9ine reposted a video of the shooting with a caption that seemed to suggest that 9 Trey were responsible and telling his fans to go and hand some L's to Cass. It's quite funny. It is quite funny. Go and send that man some L's. God. Now that comment seemed to suggest that this shooting was some sort of retaliation for comments that Cass had made as part of the Pull Up Season podcast alongside Charlemagne and Joe Budden, where Cass funnily enough said that 6ix9ine and his boys aren't really shooters, because they were different from appearances and getting blocked out of clubs.
Let me tell you, with the shooters, with the gangsters, that nigga I be with killers, I'm a killer too! Go in there and clear that shit out. Go in there and clear that shit out. If you play with me, go in there, all my niggas go in there and shoot. But I don't give a fuck, shoot in the air. You right. Clear that shit out, nigga.
You right.
Niggas violating me, what the fuck, are you crazy?
No,
I'm a gangster. That's what you supposed to do, not to go get my, I don't feel protected. You can't protect my safety, then you're not no gangster.
From there, 6ix9ine continued to gloat on social media about the shooting.
Yo, what happened in Brooklyn yesterday? Or 2 days ago?
But to his credit, Cass did make the suggestion that this shooting had absolutely nothing to do with 9 Trey and that 6ix9ine was potentially just claiming this drilling for clout. Then, on the day of the Brona fight, Shotty supposedly jumped out of a car that he was riding in with 6ix9ine and firing shots at another vehicle that he thought was following him. Now that was on the day of the Brona fight, but it's unclear whether or not that was related to Casanova.
Now for the record, it did emerge in the court trial that this incident wasn't related to Casanova, but was actually retaliation when some random dude shouted "fuck 6ix9ine" from a passing car.
He needs to chill, man, your nickname is already Shotty. But regardless of whether or not that was related, whilst backstage waiting for the fight to start, Casanova responded to 6ix9ine's gloating about the shooting on Instagram, saying that it's all chill and reminding him that he's on probation, stop making him hot.
Bitch, I'm on parole. Don't make me hot. Why you doing that, huh, champ? You know damn well nobody ain't shoot at me, man. Everybody in the motherfucking video shoot with my motherfucking sons, nigga.
As well as sharing some images of a sizzling DM that 6ix9ine had sent him. Now, unfortunately for Cass, 6ix9ine and his Treyway goons were in the building at the Barclays Arena for that fight too. And as we later found out famously in the trial of 6ix9ine and 9 Trey, Casanova and 6ix9ine's crew eventually faced off in a hallway, with all this leading up to that crazy moment where on the orders of Shotty, one of the Treyway entourage, Food Banger, pulled out a gun and let one off inside the Barclays Arena. It's not something you do. When that shot went off in the arena, Casanova's screws hit the deck and scattered. And even before getting out of the goddamn venue, Shotty was already live streaming himself and 6ix9ine talking to the NYPD.
He was there? The other 3 left. He showed up. He ran. Let's not even argue this. Let's go, brothers. Yo, listen. Thank you so much. Yo, listen. We good to go.
And goddamn, once they got outside, it was really snitching season. Because for 6ix9ine and his boys, after they were done clapping, they immediately got to yapping, cribbing lines from Casanova songs to diss him on social media, seeming to claim direct responsibility for that shooting.
Yo, this how the fuck we mob, man. Treyway shit, man. Jack Boy shit, man. In the fucking Barclays. Stupid. Fuck boy, don't run. Where you going? Where you going? Boom, boom, boom. Niggas hit that.
Yo, we gotta go this way, bro. We gotta go this way.
Niggas started running this shit. His whole squad hit the floor. His whole squad hit the floor, you heard?
What? Everybody?
Everybody getting shot. Boom, boom, boom.
Now all this shit is frankly wild. And don't worry, we're going to find out in the next and final episode, covering the fall and trial of 6ix9ine and the 9 Trey gangsters, exactly how all of this was resolved. But in the immediate aftermath, we saw a real no-fly zone, as 6ix9ine and Casanova were both banned from entering the Barclays Center.
You currently cannot go to the Barclays.
Currently cannot go. I didn't even do shit.
Initially, Shotty was arrested for this shooting, but he was subsequently released once the cops were able to place Food Banger as the shooter, which led to a dramatic and frankly romantic reunion between Shotty and 6ix9ine.
What's poppin', blood?
Us, nigga. What the fuck is up?
Yeah.
Treyway.
Yo,
what's up with you, nigga?
Yo, blood, why the fuck you don't call my phone, blood?
Hey, I don't want to talk. I want to be on live. I'm home. What's up?
Alright guys, get a room, or a cell. Now this Barclays incident was a pretty big clash between two particularly hardened gangsters. And many people thought that following this incident there would surely be more bloodshed. Get it? Bloodshed? Shed, because they're bloods. Alright, fuck off, I had a week to write this. But from here, a lot of people were very surprised when pretty much out of nowhere, a month after this incident, 6IX9INE and Casanova bumped into each other in New York's Club Lust. And they decided on the spot to publicly squash the beef on social media.
It's Treyway shit, man. Look who I run into outside of Lust, man. You already know that.
We outside.
Ain't to the Billy, man. You already know that shit. Treyway shit, man.
We outside.
There was never no beef, man. Just a misunderstanding, man. We here, we strong.
We outside.
New York strong, and we on top, man.
Leave us alone.
And song coming soon, man.
Leave us alone. Leave us alone.
Treyway shit, man.
No police contact. We good.
Casanova said that looking back at this incident, the moment where he decided to squash the beef was a life-changing moment where he had to make the decision between either doing something to 6IX9INE and potentially going back to jail forever, or letting him slide and ultimately keeping his freedom. Honestly, this was a very smart move by Cass. And the fact that he said to the police at the end of this clip, "Please leave us alone," shows that this was very much a man who is truly a gangster, but was thinking smart and thinking about his future, unlike 6IX9INE and his camp. And one man who was overjoyed by the reunion and spotted an opportunity to make a bag, / make some extra money to pay back Rick Ross's baby mama, 50 Cent. He spotted an opportunity to reunite these former enemies on the iconic track Get the Strap along with Uncle Murder in August. However, that music video was unfortunately interrupted by gunfire, reports of which 6IX9INE shared on his own social media with the caption F Sosa, referring of course to Chief Keef. Guess that's one person who don't love Sosa. Now, the Chief Keef 6IX9INE beef happened after a lot of these other beefs. It kicked off in May when Cuban Doll and 6IX9INE jumped on an IG Live, accompanied by that all too familiar sound of an unplayed PS4 menu in the background.
What up, Q? Yeah, you saw all this shit going on, Q?
I'm about to give you an interview.
Alright, interview me.
Now, these two had already had a connection, with Cuban Doll appearing in 6IX9INE's Billy music video in February already. They partied together in New York along with Asian Doll, and rumours had swirled in April that they had even briefly dated. Though it is possible, like many of these other appearances, that this was simple clout chasing. And look, even if it's all straight cap, with all that history, it didn't take long for 6IX9INE's heartbroken ops to start feeling some type of way. In response to that, Cuban Doll's ex-boyfriend / current boyfriend / not entirely sure what's going on, Tado, told 6IX9INE to lose her number and in an iconic moment of beef said that he kill people.
You hear me? Shut the nigga, you do not kill nobody, bro.
Now, in my opinion, that move by Tado was dumb, because 6IX9INE is a master troll and he ain't gonna let that slide, is he? But this beef immediately took a slightly more tragic turn when a day later, Cuban Doll emerged publicly posting pictures of herself with a bruised face, suggesting that Tado had flown off the handle and assaulted her. She went off at him in a live video where she said that apparently it's okay for him to be talking to all kind of girls, but if she speaks to 6IX9INE, he flew off the handle and put the beats on her. Now, this provoked a reaction from Treyway Goon and regular in the economy section on Aeroplanes, Billy Ardo, who dissed Tado on an Instagram live for his abuse.
What your name is, Tado? You a bitch, Tado. You got the nerve to put your hands on Cuban Savage, son. You pussy, my nigga.
Now from here, 6IX9INE seemingly retaliated like a true player that he is by taking Cuban Doll on vacation with him for his birthday, where she proved just how much fun she is to be around by ruining his cake. So that's birthdays and marriages that Cuban Doll is good at ruining. Okay, good to know. Meanwhile, Tado pulls in the help of his own cousin, Chief Keef, who hasn't really had anything to do with this beef until now. They link up with fellow 6IX9INE op Trippie Redd to capitalize on that viral catchphrase from Tado's embarrassing Instagram live with 6IX9INE, making a song titled I Kill People. That song drops, and I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a pretty good tune. But there was one issue with the mere existence of this song, which 6IX9INE duly pointed out in an Instagram video, masterfully identifying the fact that Trippie Redd contradicted himself, originally calling out 6IX9INE for his own abuse allegations, meanwhile seemingly having no problem with collaborating with Tado, a man who has literally just himself been implicated in a serious domestic violence accusation.
Yeah, I remember when Trippie fucking made that lie up and that rumor up. Now he over here making a song with somebody that beat a girl, and you care about your image? He dead beat her in her face, and you dead surrounding yourself about that. That's how you know he a fucking liar.
Now from here, it looked for a moment like Tado was trying to flex his Brooklyn muscle, which many thought was going to lead to him turning up in front of 6IX9INE offering him a fade.
My niggas in Brooklyn, man. You hear me, man? We well connected, well respected in any state, anywhere we go. I'm saying. We don't entertain a clown. Circles.
But 6IX9INE clapped back, saying that Tado is not in BK on phone him.
All these niggas claiming they in Brooklyn. Y'all niggas not in fucking Brooklyn. Nigga on phone him, nigga. Y'all niggas not on Brooklyn, nigga. Where he at? If he in Brooklyn, where he at? Tell him to join my live. I want to see Brooklyn. I know Brooklyn like the back of my hand. Where he at? Tell him join my live. On phone him, that nigga not in Brooklyn. Stop jacking niggas in Brooklyn. Niggas not in Brooklyn. Niggas not stupid.
Tado replied saying that yes, he wasn't actually in Brooklyn at the time of posting that video, but he is ready to go one-on-one with 6ix9ine on BD.
I never said I was in Brooklyn on BD. Tell Shishkiki. We can go to Brooklyn. We can go to Brooklyn though. I just saw my boy GS now. You know how they coming on BD. Stop it. You know how they coming on folks them great. Treyway, all these goofies. Fuck all that shit. Tashiki. Me and you can go one-on-one, gunplay, fighting, boxing, whatever you want to do. Link up with me, let's get it. Me and you, one-on-one.
Now, a couple of weeks passed before things popped off again as 6ix9ine took a 2-week hiatus from beefing with rappers. But right at the end of May, he came back in a blaze of sizzling beefy glory, talking reckless on GBE and downplaying their gangster.
GBE, yo, you know, and I grew up listening to people. I don't give a fuck about these niggas, blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, I'll give him a week, he'll be dead. I'll give him 6 months, he'll be dead. Nigga, suck my dick, stupid.
Now this prompted fellow Chirac savage Lil Reese to jump on him with a laughing face. And from there, 6ix9ine followed the video up, officially telling GBE and the Glow Boys to pull up in a hilariously iconic video where Shotty seemed to have a Treyway spasm mid-recording.
Nobody give a fuck about what y'all niggas did 3 years ago. I don't think y'all niggas understand what I was talking about in my last video. What y'all did 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and living y'all raps, y'all don't do. I know that personally. But y'all gonna give me 48 hours? Yo, wait 2 months. Yo, this thing gonna die? Where? Where I'ma die? Fuck Chief Keef. Fuck Lil Reese. Fuck all them niggas. Fuck y'all niggas talking about, nigga. This fucking Treyway, nigga. Treyway!
And mere moments after posting that was the iconic moment where 6ix9ine was caught on video by TMZ declaring that he had 30 racks on Tado's head just after FaceTiming him.
You gonna be in your crib or you gonna be with Sosa Hotel or something? Where you gonna be at? Yeah, I got a 30 pack on him right now, bro. 30 pack. Swear to God, I got a 30 pack, bro.
What's up, family? What's up, family?
What's
going on, family?
I mean, sorry, but that's as incriminating as it can possibly get, right? Not only did he say that he had 30 racks on Tado's head, but he had literally just asked if he was going to be at Sosa's hotel. I mean, I'm honestly not sure how 6ix9ine could have possibly snitched on himself any more than this. I got a 30 pack on him right now, blood. I'm talking assassination, murder, you know, illegal crimes and shit. This is 6ix9ine, Daniel Hernandez of 18 Locust Street, social security number 3756759, illegal murders. Anyway, the following day, a shot is fired on Chief Keef. But where of all places? Outside his hotel, the W, right in crowded Times Square in New York. I mean, that's one way to get a whole bunch of extra police attention on your criminal enterprise, but that's none of my business. Now, thankfully everyone was okay, and that shot was a complete airball, hitting the wall next to the building's W sign, and later in court it was said that this shot was only intended as a warning shot. That's what I call a big fat W for 6ix9ine right there. Hey, W, you know? Okay. Now, as we all know, one of the Treyway goons, Kuda B, eventually pled guilty to being responsible for the shooting. However, he claimed as part of his plea that it was another individual that had actually fired the shot and he had arranged it. But regardless of who it actually was that fired that shot, Self-Snitch9 immediately took to social media to gloat publicly about the very criminal actions of his very criminal organization. Initially showing himself and Shotty singing along to Love Sosa immediately after the shooting took place, taunting Keef.
A whole fucking year gonna pass and nothing's gonna happen to me from this situation at all, because these things is not like that. Remember, save this fucking video.
I mean, I did save it, and you're in jail now, chum, but anyway. Tado responded from the scene immediately, clowning 6ix9ine's terrible aim.
You niggas lame as hell, man. I swear to God. This your shooter? He shooting the app? This nigga shot past the W sign, man. Come on, man. Stop it. We line shit up, man. Chirac, get your ass whacked on folks them his own, nigga.
No wonder Kuda B never got that 30 pack. That's some proper dodgy, no-scope work there. But after that, 6ix9ine clapped back at Tado, incriminating himself even further, saying that Tado was crawling on the floor after the shooting, as if just saying the word allegedly in front of everything somehow gives you diplomatic immunity.
Tado was on the floor crawling.
Allegedly.
While Keef was on the floor running.
He left his cousin.
He left his cousin, y'all.
He left his cousin.
That's the word we heard.
That's what we heard.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly, they was writing statements.
Allegedly.
I think that was you, pal. A day later, 6ix9ine is back on live with Lil Durk, seeming to cop to the shooting once again.
When niggas beef with Keef, blood, like, a lot of niggas know my body, a lot of niggas know my temperature, and a lot of niggas know how I give it up. I can't go out there proving myself like, yo, I did this to this person, I did that to that person. Believe me, I'm gangster. Like, you know, I'm not doing that, blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna get away disrespecting me. Name one nigga that got away disrespecting me, bro. I take it to this whole industry.
And in yet another monumental act of self-snitching, seemingly says in a live video that he knows people that are selling guns.
Congratulations on your baby, blood.
Oh, yeah, congratulations.
Appreciate it, gang.
Life. Much more life, baby. More life, baby.
I
Congratulations.
gotta grab more guns. It's a girl.
man. Beautiful girl, look. I know a couple people now. Let me stop. Let me fuck with you, man.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? And then teasing everybody, saying that if 6ix9ine and Alshon Martin's new songs do well, he's gonna pull up in Chicago on O Block.
If y'all get Tati to 20 million, I'll fly right now to O Block.
O Block, gang. If y'all get Alshon Martin to 1 million today, we leave. Nigga, I'm driving him to the airport, nigga, right now, and y'all can kill him.
I'm ready to go.
And not content with just incriminating himself, he continued to do a sterling Chief Keef impression.
Oh bang! Bang bang! Bang bang! Bang bang! Oh blah! Yo! Oh blah! Bang bang! What's that other shit? On phone on grade! On phone on grade! On phone on grade! Boy!
Mocking them for having not retaliated to, you know, the crime that he did to them, officer.
Yo, 48 hours is passing by. All right. Like, there's supposed to be like some bullet holes in me or some shit. God forbid, but you know what I'm saying? Like, time is TikTok, right?
Time is up already. It's been 48
hours. It's been 48 hours. Y'all niggas supposed to catch me a day ago.
And if that wasn't enough self-snitching for one day, all of this took place while Shotty was riding around with the 9 Trey godfather Mel Murder, aka Mel Matrix.
See the big fool? Matrix! You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen.
I swear, around this time, 6ix9ine was just on a straight-up suicide mission for prison, constantly popping up on numerous Chirac villains, claiming to be responsible for the shooting and then quickly backtracking.
I ain't capping. Yo, you didn't see what just happened to your man's blood? I mean, I don't know
what happened. What happened for them? Hey, what happened for them?
I don't know. I just know, I just watch news like every other regular person.
Now you would think that after all this drama and all the seriousness of the crimes involved, I mean, after all, this was a goddamn shooting on Times Square on some terrorist shit, that 6ix9ine would keep a low profile, right? Wrong, because a month later, he was out in Chicago playing Chirac Catch Me If You Can.
Chicago was popping, man. It's Treyway, man. You already know that shit, man.
Treyway?
Nah, we out here, man. No security. Show around me, no security.
Treyway.
But there was a twist. Instead of immediately calling out his ops, he decided to pull up and feed the homeless?
Saying we're gonna feed the homeless or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got 15 burgers here, giving back to community, because you know these other rappers, other Chicago rappers don't give back.
Apparently he was out here trying to bring some positivity to the situation whilst also trolling.
Yo, let me do something in this community. If they hate me so much, let me at least troll and help. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that trolling started off with a bang because fellow Chirac rapper FBG Duck spotted 6ix9ine in his live and got to chatting.
You with me? Nah, for real. Really finna fuck the streets up, bitch. New. Ooh. Why this goofy ass nigga on my live, folks? 6ix9ine goofy ass. Hey, get your clown ass off my live, you fucking goofy.
Now, Duck and Keef had both pointed out that 6ix9ine was rolling around Chicago with private security and what looked like police.
You hear me? Your ass got all the police in Chicago. Our hood ain't even hot today, cause your ass got all the police.
Now, eventually Duck invited 6ix9ine onto his live, which for the record led to a pretty sharp spike in viewership, which just goes to show you that beefing 6ix9ine does work. But once 6ix9ine got onto that live, he pretty much fessed once again to being responsible for the Times Square shooting and inviting Duck to meet him in O Block in 30 minutes to come and catch a fade.
Niggas try to come to my city and try to play my city like it's all good in games. This nigga was in with a ball drop on New Year's.
Hey, look, that don't got shit to do with us.
Meet me at O Block in 30 minutes.
Look, our hood
meet me at O Block in 30 minutes.
Because you got all the police with you.
Meanwhile, Chief Keef and Lil Reese are running around saying 6ix9ine shenanigans are that shit that they don't like.
That nigga lame as hell, bro. He lame as hell, bro.
Keef went on to say that when he got shot at in Times Square, that he was so far away from the shooters, he might as well have been playing a game of the wholesome yard activity cornhole.
How? We was across the street.
That bitch gonna pay. That bitch gonna pay still.
On BD, we could have played on BD. We could have played what that bean bag shit. That we throw the bean bag across the thing, try to get in this. We could have played that game with this goofy.
Ironic when you consider the fact that 6ix9ine's involvement in this incident likely led to his cornhole being violated in prison. Anywho, 6ix9ine dragged his colourful corn piece over to O Block, where he spent the grand total of 15 seconds posing on the block and then scurrying off like the colourful little rat he is.
O Block right here. This what y'all wanted me in Chicago. O Block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside.
It's only 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, blood?
Again, this moment drew a lot of criticism, with people suggesting that 6ix9ine wasn't actually where he said he was at the time he said he was, especially considering the fact that the chirping birds in the background seemed to suggest that it was much more the early hours of the morning rather than the 10 p.m. that 6ix9ine suggested it was. But none of this actually matters because we know that he's only really trolling, as he himself said later.
I was there, I was chilling. You know what's so crazy? That's just gated.
You was there for like 30 seconds.
Nah, it was actually like 15.
15
I was gone. I'm like, I'm gonna sit there and entertain y'all, but I'm not gonna sit there and die for y'all. That's not
Now, in my opinion, that was a really important tidbit of information in this beef, because it proved that 6ix9ine was only trying to be a showman, even in the most dangerous of situations. And at this point, he kept the showmanship going, channeling his inner 50 Cent and continuing to troll Chief Keef back in New York, taking his baby mama out for a shopping trip in Gucci. I mean, sorry, but looking at her teeth, I personally would have taken her shopping at the dentist. And fine, I know that's rich coming from a British guy, sure. I'll get these fixed when I get those bands, you know. But anyway, this is exactly the same technique that 50 Cent had used on Rick Ross's baby mama around a decade ago. But Chief Keef was unfazed by this, and he continued to clown 6ix9ine for having private security in the midst of all of this beefing. And this beef did finally die down a few days later, when 6ix9ine decided to keep a low profile after it emerged that he was under investigation for the Times Square shooting. Well, what could have possibly given them that idea? Oh yeah, but like elephants, 6ix9ine's ops never seemed to forget, because months later, when he'd moved on and was filming the music video for Get the Strap with Casanova, 50 Cent and Uncle Murder, someone decided to actually get the fucking strap and fire 11 shots from a Porsche, completely shutting down the music video. Now 6ix9ine immediately responded to this situation saying fuck Sosa, and suggesting that he felt that Chief Keef had something to do with this. But from here, this situation was promptly swept under the rug and no further details were ever released.
But for the record, when the trial begun, there were some wiretaps in the case that seemed to suggest that disgruntled 9 Trey members may have been the ones responsible.
And after this, the beef was essentially over, aside from a few shots that were fired back and forth, thankfully on records. On Fifi, he refers to that song saying they say they kill people, but I really do. And on Stupid, 6ix9ine dissed Chief Keef saying that he was rolling up his cousin in a blunt, as well as 6ix9ine mocking Keef when his house got robbed, with a caption that appeared to refer to that same music video that got shot up, Get the Strap. And look, the Chief Keef beef was probably one of the biggest fuckeries of 6ix9ine's career, because that Times Square shooting was a bad idea, and it came back to haunt him and his Treyway gangsters big time, providing another giant nail in their red flag covered coffins. But that is only one of a handful of other beefs and public falling outs that would give prosecutors all the ammo they could ever possibly need to put 6ix9ine and the 9 Trey gangsters behind bars for good. Now, for some reason, everybody in hip-hop is scared of the Rap-A-Lot CEO, Jay Prince. He's incredibly secretive about his past, and everyone seems absolutely adamant that he is a dangerous gangster figure that needs his ass kissed at every turn. Now, I actually made fun of Jay Prince in a video once, and everybody jumped right in the comments telling me that I had a death wish. So for the purposes of this video and my own personal safety going forward, let's just say that Jay Prince is a well-respected OG both in the streets and in the boardroom, and we can leave it at that. Though I hope he wouldn't have me killed for saying that he looks like a very huggable little teddy bear in that bow tie. I'm guessing this photo was taken at some sort of award ceremony for whichever rap CEOs had the most people whacked. Anyway, the beef here is between 6ix9ine and Jay Prince's creatively named son, Jay Prince Jr. Because what better way to have your son make a name for themselves than giving them literally the same name as you? Okay, sorry, I remember, we're scared of Jay Prince, we're scared of Jay Prince. But how can I be scared of him when he looks so cuddly in this little pink shirt? No, got it, scared of Jay Prince. Now apparently it all begun when 6ix9ine bumped into Lil Jay Prince on his native turf of Houston, Texas in a sneaker store.
And the dude comes up to me, the dude with the sneakers, and is just like, yo, like, do you know who's Jay Prince? And I'm like, I heard the name, like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, well, he's coming up. And my thing is, I dress him, I'll get up, I'll say, yo, what's poppin'? So the dude's like, yo, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel no static between us. I didn't feel no type of, yeah, it wasn't nothing. He was there for 30 minutes. Any problem thing he had, he could have addressed.
And apparently 6ix9ine felt like there wasn't really an issue at this point. And according to 6ix9ine, Jay Prince Jr. actually hit up his manager Shotty, saying come through to my birthday party before 12:15, something to which Shotty's credit, he immediately said that he didn't think that they could do, but they would try.
He texts my man Shotty and he's like, yo, come to my birthday party 12:15, no later. So I guess Shotty texts him back like, we can't make it at 12:15. We definitely come through and show some love.
So they turned up late around 1:30 a.m. hoping to still get in and show some love. But at that point, they were filmed by Jay Prince Jr. Jr., Jay Prince Jr. Baby J Prince Jr.? Mate, come up with some more creative names for your kids. But anyway, J Prince Jr.'s little brother didn't let them in, ended up getting the footage, and J Prince Jr. decided to use that as an opportunity to beg for some clout on Instagram. Very gangster indeed. And really though, I mean, shout out to my little brother, I'm proud of the way that you delivered my message. That's really how a gangster is going to address this on Instagram. This is looking more like Mean Girls high school drama than Mob Ties, but okay. Wait, no, remember, I'm scared of these guys, Okay, 6ix9ine clapped back, writing off the whole incident as simple clout chasing.
Yo, I'm starting to think that clout chasing is cool. Like, that's a sport now. Like, being gangster is not cool no more. I think clout chasing is. Mentioning Tekashi 6ix9ine's name, you lit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue not to check in, you know what I'm saying? It's something I don't do.
But the whole reason that 6ix9ine was in Houston to begin with was that he was meant to be performing on the World Star stage at South by Southwest Festival. However, when the time came around to perform, story goes that J Prince Jr. had been running through the streets all day with goons looking for 6ix9ine.
Yeah, man, we had it, man. Hey, man. What's up, Mom? Hey, man. Yeah, a whole bunch of Mom shit, man. Austin, what's happening, man? I'ma drop my location.
And when that time came to perform, 6ix9ine was nowhere to be seen because J Prince Jr. had been lurking on stage the entire evening.
Hey, what's 6ix9ine at? Hey, what's 6ix9ine at? Y'all came to see 6ix9ine, huh? Where you at?
And because 6ix9ine and his team felt that the security at the venue were too shook to tell them to leave, they obviously couldn't guarantee his safety if his most feared ops were literally on the stage he was supposed to be touching, so he left the venue.
At the World Star show in Austin, I'm the headliner. I'm the main event. I show up, you know what I'm saying? I show up. So World Star's like, yo, we make sure we got you security, cause I'm like, yo, listen, this is me, like, you know what I'm saying? He said, yo, but take a look on the internet. Everyone's tagging me. So I go on the internet. The J Prince dude, right, is on the stage. I call Jay back. I'm like, yo, blood, like you got these dudes that's ready to, you know what I'm saying, play with me and play with my money on the stage. He's like, nah, but I'ma clear him. I said, yo, so I'm your main event, right? Aren't you gonna guarantee my safety? You know what I'm saying, in the venue? It just started looking like a setup to me.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a setup to me, to be honest. Now, J Prince Jr. took to Instagram to gloat about pressing 6ix9ine on stage. You know, how real gangsters do.
Niggas talk a lot of shit, huh? But won't even show up to their own show. Goddamn, you don't want your back end, nigga? Yeah. You don't want your back end, nigga?
I'm sorry, but just look how many disgruntled goons 6ix9ine has out marching in his name. You can't deny the power of this rainbow-headed to get people out of their houses marching. I mean, I swear, the 6ix9ine biopic is going to end up looking like the Beatles movie. Only replace the screaming teenage girls with goons. I guess they'll probably be teenage girls too. 6ix9ine replied by sharing a location-tagged IG post of him walking through the South by Southwest site and a caption dissing J Prince for living off his father's name, and aiming some of those sentiments about gangsters turned clout chasers that we'd seen earlier in reference to the LA goons towards J Prince Jr. So the J Prince Jr. beef went quiet for a few weeks until April, where it kicked off again in explosive fashion. Apparently 6ix9ine and the 9 Trey goons discovered that some affiliates of the Rap-A-Lot crew would be in New York doing interviews. They apparently got word from an insider that these Rap-A-Lot associates would be in the building at the This Is 50 studio. So 6ix9ine, Shotty, 9 Trey members Ro Murder and Drama, as well as 6ix9ine's Crip security guard Crippy, headed over to the This Is 50 offices once they got the drop. Once they got word that these Rap-A-Lot affiliates were coming down to the lobby, 6ix9ine waited in the car, actually filming these events on his iPhone as they unfolded, as the 9 Trey goons headed into the lobby with a gun, sticking them up at gunpoint, baitface. No ballies. Now, the intended target was supposedly a Rap-A-Lot affiliate called Junior Boy, and one of the supposed people in the entourage was Junior Boy's publicist, a woman named Sky Life, who described the 9 Trey goons rushing in, shouting "fuck Rap-A-Lot" and "where's Junior?"
They screamed, "Bitch, get on the ground, fuck Rap-A-Lot." This is what they were screaming. Where is Junior? Fuck Rap-A-Lot. This is what these maniacs were screaming.
Now, at this point comes a humongous plot twist, because it turns out that another member of this entourage that was getting stuck up was Scumlord Dizzy, the same Scumlord Dizzy who founded the Scum Gang and was mentoring 6ix9ine back in 2014 when he first started rapping.
Scum, society can't understand.
Now, it's unclear exactly how Scumlord Dizzy was affiliated with Rap-A-Lot, or whether this was a complete misunderstanding or coincidence, or targeted lick in addition to the Rap-A-Lot crew guys getting robbed. In fact, some people have actually suggested that the unaired interview that was captured in the This Is 50 offices featured Junior Boy, who was there to talk about how 6ix9ine had dubbed J Prince, with Scumlord Dizzy apparently there to shed some light on 6ix9ine's fraudulent past in the Scum Gang.
We about to go to This Is 50 right now. We about to shake shit up in this city. The king of New York, Scum Gang in, and Rap-A-Lot. We just bodied the shit. I just got a call of Rap-A-Lot. Like, where you at, God? I'm I'm on my way now.
But all we know for sure is that they were there trying to send a message to the Rap-A-Lot crew based on the fact that you can even hear in the footage people shouting Rap-A-Lot. And so the 9 Trey goons walked away from that situation technically with a W, having duly sent their message to the Rap-A-Lot crew that had wronged them in Houston, and also walking away with a very personal trophy, a Scum Gang backpack from Dizzy that contained God knows what, and probably had a lot of personal value to 6ix9ine.
Hey yo, my bag is waterproof. Scumbag waterproof. The money don't get wet. You heard? I'm too wet already, big drip.
But in an even more crazy turn of events, it turned out that after the robbery, getting caught in traffic, Shotty got very nervous about riding around New York with the gun and hearing sirens nearby. At this point, he kicked 6ix9ine out of the car in a hoodie and the pistol, forcing him to get the subway all the way back to Brooklyn, where he met with Crippy, who took the gun from him in an exceptionally gangster act of kindness.
Tekashi had to get on the train with a weapon. You went and took the weapon from Tekashi so he didn't have to carry it around and then took him home. That was just some of the most real nigga shit I've ever heard.
You know, that's just how real niggas is, you know what I'm saying?
By the way, shout out to BBN on YouTube for the exceptional reporting on the 6ix9ine case. Now, J Prince Sr. later on sounded off on Instagram during the trial, saying that this robbery had absolutely nothing to do with Rap-A-Lot or their affiliates, adding the threat that if they had, it would have been bad news for 6ix9ine, because there's nothing more gangster than saying what you would have done to your ops. No, I'm scared of him. I'm scared of J Prince, sorry. Now, it would turn out to be that Scum Gang backpack that would end up coming back to bite 6ix9ine and the 9 Trey gangsters in the arse when 6ix9ine's home was raided, and that backpack, along with Shotty's assault rifle, was found in 6ix9ine's apartment. Combine that with the fact that none of the 9 Trey members wore masks during this robbery because they wanted to send a message to the Rap-A-Lot crew, there wouldn't be much of an opportunity for a defense, would there? But another significant element of this beef that we haven't touched on so far is how much infighting amongst the 9 Trey members that it caused, as one of the senior members of the 9 Trey, Harv, was still feeling some type of way about not feeling like he had truly got one back on Rap-A-Lot after being violated in Houston. Because all of these dramatic beefs, as much as they were good for business as far as 6ix9ine getting streams, selling records and getting attention online, they were not good for business as far as keeping the 9 Trey members happy and not at each other's throats. Ultimately, many of these beefs led to disastrous internal fights, culminating in the dramatic kidnapping of 6ix9ine, and subsequently the ultimate downfall of the 9 Trey gangster bloods. So next time in the final episode of the Clout Chronicles, we're going to be looking at the fall of 6ix9ine and the 9 Trey gangster bloods, how these beefs ended up tearing everybody apart and landing them all in the slammer, and how 6ix9ine ultimately ended up turning on everybody to save his own hideously disfigured skin. But I'd like to add one final thought on the topic of the beefs of 6ix9ine. Everybody hates him for being a fake blood. Everybody hates him for beefing. Everybody hates him for being disrespectful. And there were several other slightly more light-hearted, slightly more fun beefs that didn't really make their way into this video. He had it out with Ludacris for shading him on Nick Cannon's show.
That's an easy one for me. I'd sign Nick Cannon because Tekashi, I don't know how much longer he gonna be around.
Luda, you bum ass, pussy ass, Fast and the Furious geek playing, role playing ass.
He threatened to pipe down the girl that had broken Juice WRLD's heart on Lucid Dreams.
Just go find the fucking shadows in your room, bro. Go find, cause you do not want to beef with me. Trust me. I will find the girl that broke your heart, and instead of fucking shadows in my room, I will have her pussy juice all over my shit.
He'd gotten in a huge brawl at Yams Day. He told Ebro to suck his dick. He turned on Adam 22. Hell, he even said he was gonna pull up on Dom Is Live. It's very, very important to remember that 6ix9ine is a true genius of marketing. He got in way over his head, he disrespected a lot of people, but he was single-minded and he had one goal: clout, baby. And by God, he got it. But set all that aside for a minute, because the single thing that is the most impressive about all of this is the fact that 6ix9ine had all of these beefs with every single person you can possibly imagine, from the East Coast to the West Coast. That's a lot of beef, that's a lot of time, it's a lot of mental energy, but he still managed to find time to study and complete his GED.
For all the haters that think that I was going to go to jail and I could suck my dick because I passed my GED, so say congratulations. Yo,
And for that fact alone, I gotta give 6ix9ine props for being a true master of time management. Thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll catch you in the finale.
Oh hey y'all, it's your boy Traplaw Ross. Don't worry about the top half of my head. I just want to give a huge shout out to the Patreon gang. That's Candy Cantrell, Jason 4, Sean Anderson, Javier Gonzalez, Monique Vivret McKay, DJ Fred 100, Henrik, Henry Bryant, Josh Knappin, Naraj Shukla, Galib, Chris J, Dylan Stuber, Tony Do, and of course, Penis Bag McPenis Face. Can't believe I have to say that. And of course, thank you to all of the other patrons whose names you can see on screen now. I'm very excited to be sharing the final episode of the Clout Chronicles with you in the coming days. Stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for supporting. Go follow your boy on Instagram at TrapLordRoss. Show some love. Check out the shirts that I got on traplord.com. And stay tuned in for the next one. Y'all. Peace.